Yo, what is up? It's Yanni. Got a nice haul here for you. This was from a Craigslist ad that I saw, and the location was about an hour from me, so it was a little out of the way. But the ad stated 20,000 books at $1 each, or 25 for $20, and I ended up getting about 50 books. You can see the stack here, it doesn't even all fit in the frame. But on the right, you'll see Miracle Man 23. And most of the books that were for sale, they were pretty well picked over. A lot of 90s stuff. It looked like the guy had bought out somebody's collection, a store collection. And the guy that was selling them, I don't think he really knew a lot about comics. He just saw it as an investment opportunity. And it was fairly well picked over. You could see that there was holes missing. Most of the stuff was 90s, and the kind of the key 90s stuff was missing. But there were some things to be found if you could dig and knew what you were looking for. And that's the fun part about collecting comics. It's almost like you're being tested every time you walk in a store. And what is your knowledge? What do you know is worth more than they have it listed for? And this 23 Miracle Man, second to last book in the run. This is the Neil Gaiman part of the run, and it's the condition of it is not great. It's got this purple cover, and it was unprotected, and this has probably happened to a lot of these books, that when you have just like a solid dark color like that, it's worn. You know, you're seeing some of the purple has started to rub off, and it's got a big crease on it. But for $1, I don't think it's a bad deal at all, because I can actually read it, which is one thing that's tough to do with Miracle Man, because even the trades are expensive. And you know, like I said, happy to have it in my collection. Second to last book in the Miracle Man. They started reprinting them now, so now everybody's getting another chance to read them. Marvel is reprinting them from the beginning. So let's go through some of the other stuff I got here. Man, a lot of books. Went a little crazy, but hey. Eternal Warrior, #1. Had a price tag of $15 on it. I mean, I remember when I first started collecting, this book was one that I had always wanted, because Valiant was real hot at the time, in the 90s, and never could get my hands on it, so I got it now for $1. Also, Ray Zero. Nice book to have for $1. And I got a ton of trades. Unity Saga Volume 2, XO Man of War, Retribution, and I should have pulled it out, I forgot. This is like the first print. The second print, this XO Man of War part is blue, and if you see that, pick it up, because that's the more rare one. I actually have the blue one that I bought at the store back in the day. Valiant Era Collection, $1. Picked up a couple of those. Let's see here. They had some old stuff, like bronze stuff, but I had to really dig. And I found a 2001 Space Odyssey #1. None of these are in great shape, but they're not in terrible shape either. Tomahawk 104. I don't know if there's anything in that. Tower of Shadows #4, 15 center. Nova #10. Ms. Marvel #3. Couple Marines, Fighting Marines and Marines Attack. And SANDMAN, which it's a book I've been looking for. SANDMAN #1. Simon and Kirby. You know, this is kind of in that realm with like Devil Dinosaur, Forever People, a lot of like real cool books around the same time. And this thing isn't great. There's plenty of these books around. When I go into bins, I'll see like people, you know, at stores, they'll have 3-4 copies of it in all different grades. Some of the kind of 90s stuff I was talking about. X Factor 71. This is the second print with the gold. First new X Factor. Deadpool #1 from the second limited series. Circle Chase was his first, and then this one. I picked up like 3 copies of that for $1. Some Infinity Gauntlet, since that's real hot. No #1s, but they had 2, 3, and 6. West Coast Avengers #1 from the limited series. Check this one out. Bone #4. This is the first print. These books, this series, I don't know too much about it. The artwork is kind of cool. But they're worth some money, and I was surprised to find that one just kind of laying in there. Thor 411, First New Warriors. I've shown that one before. Also got Amazing Spider-Man 360. Now, there was no 361s. Like I said, there were some obvious holes in there. 361's the first full Carnage. But I don't know if a lot of people know that 360 here, I got 2 of them trying to open it up. Well, this is a nice copy I'm holding in my hands. It hasn't even been read. Can feel the pages coming undone. So here's 360 and Carnage appearance, but that's all that he has in 360. So it's 360 is really his first cameo. That for $1, and another one around that same time, 365. This is down at the bottom here. Is the 5-page preview of Spider-Man 2099, and this book has started to heat back up, and it's, you know, it's going for about $5 on eBay. Got that for $1. They had a ton of them. I might go back and just grab some more of those. Amazing Spider-Man 388. Now this is the non-foil cover, which is a little bit harder to find. Most of the ones you're going to see have a blue foil on it. That one does not. Happy to add that one. Web of Spider-Man 100. This is one I'd kind of been looking for. Not really looking for, but I knew I could find it for $1 if I held out. This is the first Spider armor. It's not the like Iron Man armor, but it's the Spider armor. Amazing Spider-Man run does have where he dons the iron armor. And I got a Uncanny 191, first appearance of Nimrod. Picked up a couple of those. Check these books out. They are Valiant produced Nintendo books, and these things hold some value. I don't know I'd ever seen them before, but I saw Valiant, and I know Nintendo it's collectible. I've gotten back into looking at Nintendo games thanks to Mercenat pointing out the YouTube channel, The Game Chasers. Show's addictive. I think I've watched all of their videos where they go out trying to find Nintendo games, much like comic book hunting. Gen 13 #1, the second print. And this book, I remember it being hot when it came out, and it isn't worth a whole lot anymore. I think they made a lot of them, but the artwork is cool because you got Jim Lee and J. Scott Campbell, which you can't really beat either of them right now. They're so hot on anything they do. All-Star Squadron #1, just why not? Flash 350, the last issue of the original run. Detective 647, this is one you should have on your radar. First appearance of Steph Brown. This might go somewhere, it's hard to say. There's probably about 4 characters that could really do something right now, and it looks like Harper Row is starting to come out as a favorite. Her first appearance is Batman #7 in the new 52. Star Wars Dark Empire #1. This book could do something. I've seen it on a couple lists for kind of copper books that could have some potential. And I picked up some Milestones, Iron Man 55 and Tales of Suspense 39, First Iron Man. Like I said a couple videos ago, I pick those up when I can, just because they are actually worth $5 each or so. And as he was adding all those up, I kind of was snooping around in the stuff that he didn't have out yet, and I just started flipping through some books, and I found a Wolverine 10. And I said, hey, can you throw this in for $1? And this is where I kind of knew that he was not as much of a comic seller as just an investor. He said he looked it over and he goes, oh yeah, okay. So that was a cool find for $1. Awesome condition. What else we got here? Alright, so that's all I'm going to share from that place. Got some eBay books. Booster Gold 24 and 25, and 25 is the last issue. I haven't been able to find that one, just like number 1, really out in the wild. What did I pay for those? So I paid about, let's see here, probably about $4 for both of those. I also got another Eternal Warrior number 1. I had already ordered this, and then I found that last one that I showed. And Amazing Spider-Man 315, which is an awesome McFarlane cover. It's got you know, some Venom in there. This is I'd been looking for this one at a decent price. I ended up paying probably about $10 for that with the shipping, but cool book to have. And I'm gonna keep my eye out just for something affordable on double up on that one. 315 through 317. If I can get any of those for like $5, I'll snatch them up. Okay, different lot. I got Ultimate Spider-Man number 1. Now this is the KB Toys variant, and these things are tough to tell what's what because they have like 10 different printings, but the only way that you can really tell is one, the back cover. And this one just has like an ad for batteries, which makes sense at KB Toys. And the inside, on the indica, it says KB Toys print. But it's still a decent book to have, and they had listed this as a very fine at $4.50, and I got it, and it looked okay, except it had by the Marvel. Can't even hardly see it. There's a tear like by it between right on the V. You can kind of see it. So I contacted him about that, and I also picked up. I showed you last video the first Ultimate Venom. I picked up the rest of the books in that run, which 33 is the first Ultimate Venom. So I picked up 34 through 38. And as I said last video, I think don't be afraid to contact an eBay user. These were all listed as near mint, and this one had like some kind of scrape on the spine. So those I all got all those for $2 each, and basically it wiped out the shipping cost. So $2 each for those, and $4.50 for the Spider-Man number 1 KB variant. Next up, more eBay. Captain America 153. This is the first cameo of Jack Monroe, and I paid probably about, let's see here, I paid about $2.25 for that for VG Plus. Also got a book that you should have on your radar, which, you know, it's starting to heat up. Marvel Premiere number 10. This is the death of the Ancient One, which was Doctor Strange's mentor. And that one I got for about, well, I think I actually got that one for free because they had it listed as near mint, which I was really happy to finally get one, and then I got it and it had this big chip out of it. So contacted them, gave me some money back. Daredevil 135, The Jester, nice book, just put in my run. And 161, this is a really cool book with Bullseye, and it's a Frank Miller. And that one I paid about 10 bucks for like a very fine but cool cover. Bullseye and the roller coaster kind of coming around. Kind of like that's like a bondage cover too, because it's got this girl on the tracks. Alright, what else we got? Okay, and I got some Spider-Woman. Spider-Woman 37, first appearance of Siren. And I also got number 50, which is the last issue in the series. And I think I paid about, I think I paid $8 total for both those with shipping. We're going to take a break from your regularly scheduled program. This Spider-Woman cover is so freaky. It's like a photo cover, and she just looks so gross in it to me. It's really weird. So I'm going to take a break and show a couple other. That got me thinking about photo covers. And I remembered this Amazing Spider-Man 262, which was, I think it's like a shot from when they had a TV show. Just a horrible cover. I don't know. It's just... I think what's happening is Peter Parker's like taking his mask off, and there's a guy in the back taking a picture of him. Look at his jeans though. He's got his jeans. Maybe he's putting his costume on. I don't know. Weird cover. But so I was thinking about those, and then I also remembered these covers, which I love, which are Superman 289 and Submariner number 7. So Superman 289's got like a they must have staged this where there's these people like in the background and photo cover, and then it's got drawn in the Phantom Horseman and Superman, which is cool. And then this Submariner, which I don't know, I was looking at it, I love the background photo, and then the color pop of him on there, it just looks out of place, like they weren't really thinking of the setting, and then they just threw Submariner in there flying through the sky. I don't know, weird book, but I love those photo covers. There's a couple more of them out there. So I'm gonna wrap it up on that note. I'm almost caught up with my books, probably about one more video, and I'll get back to like where I'm buying books that week and then showing them, which I can't wait to do, so I can actually stock some of these away. But thanks for watching, and keep trolling those dollar boxes.